What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Monday night. We've got a little bit of football coming our way, and we know we're all looking forward to one moment in life actually cheering for Tom Brady to actually win a game against the measly Dallas Cowboys. So that is going to be very fun to watch. We know that the top 8 is almost set, just waiting on this game. We know the rest of the matchups are set, though. The Eagles will be playing the Giants in this divisional round. Then you've got, apparently that is not the new graphic. I thought it was. But, hey, you see the Eagles and the Giants, Chiefs and the Jags, Bills and the Bengals. And then we will be waiting on the Niners, see if they play the Bucks or the Cowboys. So going to be a fun game to watch tonight. I'm getting pumped up for it. I just know that, we talked about, would they be able to upset the Minnesota Vikings yesterday? Sorry, I'm looking for this graphic and talking at the same time. But look, I think for me, it was crazy to see the Giants win, but we saw they almost beat the Vikings a few weeks ago. So to me, it wasn't that much of a surprise, but great to know who our opponent is. So we got to talk a little bit about it last night. Appreciate all of you who tuned in. But tonight we're here and we're talking about the divisional round. We're moving past it. Who cares about waiting for the stupid Cowboys? We're talking about the Eagles' opponent for the divisional round, the New York Giants. And, we just talked about this a couple weeks ago, our last game of the season, that most of their starters wouldn't be playing. So we're going to break this thing down. And this time we're going to talk about, clearly, we're not talking about divisional standings because, well, who cares? But we won the East. We all know that. So we're going to look at their stats against the Vikings. Then we'll take a look at how they did in the regular season. We'll talk about their coaching staff, their roster, the injuries they got going on, and then take a look at their updated depth chart. They had some injuries last time. And the last couple times we played them. So we'll talk about some of the people that will be back, what that will mean for this New York Giants team. But before we get things started, I want to give a big shout out to all of you. Thank you for all signing up for these memberships, and look out for that post during tonight's game talking about Fan Friday. But to the rest of you, thank you for tuning in. You have any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave it down below, whether you're watching this live, watching this later. I'm always down to talk some birds. So we've got somebody in the chat. Let's take a gander here, and then we'll jump into things. My man Mark, let's go. What's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well. We're here. We're going to break down the New York Giants, take a gander at how this team is doing. They're on a roll right now. So we're going to start off, talk about that roll, what they were able to do yesterday against the Minnesota Vikings, pulling off the win. And, we talked about this team. If any team, with the Eagles having home field advantage could come in and actually, take away a little bit of that home field advantage, it's the Giants. So, they're used to coming here. That's great. And in no way, shape, or form am I sleeping on this team, but I'll be honest with you. I think we can beat the hell out of this team. I think people forget, as we talked about yesterday and have talked about for the last couple of weeks now, we beat the hell out of them. It was like 48-22 last time that the game mattered. We played them. And, that was without Dallas Goedert, CJ Gardner-Johnson, and both those guys will be back. Lane Johnson will be back. I think for me, you talk about all this great stuff, Brian Daboll and this, that, the other thing. Dude, the Eagles won 14 games after nobody, Jalen Hurts can't develop. This team can't do that, this, that, the other thing. Well, we just literally won the NFC, won our division. I don't know what else we could do for them, but they'll keep hating. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But let's take a look at their new Cinderella here, the New York Giants, the team they love. Oh, yeah, greatest ever. Let's see how they did yesterday against the Minnesota Vikings. So, see, on offense, they put up 31 points, 431 total yards, 142 of that rushing, 289 in passing, had 4.7 yards per attempt in rushing, 8.6 yards per pass attempt, 12 yards per completion. They gave up 3 sacks there. That's unlike them, to be honest with you. Did not turn the ball over, though, and that is something that they did all season pretty well. So they will continue to try to hold on to the ball. One of the things we do is take that ball away. So we're going to hope that the Eagles do that this week. But you see on the defensive side, they gave up 24 points, 332 yards, only 61 yards on the ground, 3.8 yards per rushing attempt, 271 passing yards, 6.4 yards per attempt given up. This apparently didn't save right. Don't look at the rest of that. I don't know what happened here. I was actually complaining earlier. I'm going to Canva, you and we're going to duke it out. I was trying to save something earlier, and I could have swore I knew I did. I finished that graphic there with the Chiefs and all that stuff. It had the Jaguars Chiefs game finished. I really don't know why it didn't complete that, but I apologize. I'll bring it with me tomorrow. But what the hell, man? I've got the graphic right here, so I'll just read it off to you. You son of a try to sass me. And I don't know what I thought first it was my internet, and then look, this is taking 9 years to load. First off, it's doing that. It takes me forever to even get anything together. I'm telling you, what are we doing here? But I'm gonna pull those stats up. So let's look here. We did have down here. Oh, it literally just it saved it like that. I hate you. I hate you, Canva. But I did so much work. What I do is I go into that NFL, the tracking stats thing, and I look up every single one of those stats. And this time around, I went in and looked up not only the games versus the Vikings, but I had it so we could compare it with the Giants. So that probably means that this one is a little messed up at some point at the bottom right there. I don't know why it would not save, but I thought I tricked it and saved it with my phone and added it in. But apparently it was just sticking with what it was at when it told me that it was something. I don't know if any of you guys use Canva. You know that it happens sometimes where it says it's not saving whatever. Well, it did that to me. So you could see here, though, most of this was pretty much not changed by that last week. But you'll see here on the offensive side of the ball, middle of the pack in points and total yardage. Running the ball, they got Saquon. You know that's their bread and butter. Passing the ball, 26th, 25th in yards per attempt, 29th in yards per completion, 28th in sacks given up. Giving up a lot of sacks, not throwing the ball well, but they do run that ball well. That's something we were able to do is shut them down first time we played them. Shut down Saquon, make them one-dimensional. That's how we stomped a mud hole into them. But they did do pretty well not turning the ball over here this season. So they will hope to continue to do that. And if any team can do that, you find yourself in a chance to win. So we have to clean up our act. When we do that, we find ourselves in losing situations. So let's clean it up, go out, whoop some ass. Now, this defense, not the greatest. And you see they struggle against the run. Miles Sanders had 140 some rushing yards against them, ran the ball right down their throats, 8.5 yards per carry, I believe it was. Let's go. Run that damn ball, Drew. I want to hear it. Want to see the emoji. Let's go. Want to hear it. I want to actually see it done on Saturday. So we'll see. But you got to run that damn ball. And middle of the pack when it comes to the passing game, middle of the pack when it comes to sacks, and not too great at getting interceptions, but they do get fumble recoveries. Let's not fumble the damn ball. But you get to see a little bit of what this team looks like. And I apologize. I have no effing idea why I did that. But good thing for you, I do bring those stats back with me for the top 10 matchups. So I guess I'll have to do some more research because it literally deleted it as I just went back into Canva. It still looks like that. So thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, but we're going to move along. We know the coaching staff. This is the third effing time we're playing these guys, but we know Brian Daboll has been doing really great with this Giants team. Kafka looking great as an offensive coordinator. They've talked about him possibly being a head coach candidate. Don Martindale, that old school defense, he's going to come at us. We're going to see if Jalen can smoke his ass again. Then you got Thomas McGahee here down as special teams coordinator. And again, this team, it's been playing well. You don't want to sleep on anyone, especially a divisional opponent. And talked about this yesterday. Can't beat a team 3 times in a season. Shut up. Yes, we can. We're about to. Don't care about. And honestly, that's stupid. It doesn't even really exist. And when you're a good team, you don't worry. And they say, oh, they're figuring you out. Well, we're a better team. We're figuring them out. And the third stringers, they put up a fight. When you guys were running vanilla offense, not even running your RPOs, and then your defense, not even running crazy schemes. So sure, dude. I think they forget that 48-22 game that I just talked about. So I remember it, and I think they'll remember sooner rather than later. Now we're going to go into this. We're going to look at their roster. It's going to include each position. We're going to go position by position, and it's going to have all the starters, the depth, and of course, all of the injuries. And then at the end, we will look at the depth chart for the offense, defense, and special teams. you'll be able to see what this team looks like heading into this game. So I will keep it updated throughout the week with all the injury reports, everything going down, but I'll keep you in the loop. Do not worry. Yo, my man Marlowe can see the 4-man rush getting to Jones. Would love to see Bradbury Gardner Johnson get pick 6. We would all love to see that. Yes, want to see the offense get going myself as well. But a lot of the 5-man rush that we use, that's how we led the league in sacks and will continue to dominate with getting the number 1 in pressure, quarterback hits, all of that. This defense setting NFL records, first 4 players, 10-plus sacks. Oh, yeah. Let's go get some. We will destroy them, and I'm all about going out and feasting on them. Let's go, Birds. You know it. He's showing it in the emoji little thing in there. Run the damn ball. Let's go. Let's go. Run the ball. I'm all about it, E-Money. 64-0. Let's go. Bucks Cowboys, who wins? Let's go. Oh, but I'll be real with you. Cowboys suck. So gonna, as I've been saying, go with the Bucks. I'm not changing my thoughts on that. But let's jump into this. Take a look at the New York Giants here. We'll start with quarterback Daniel Jones. We know what he can do with his feet. We talked about contain him, keep containment there. You don't really have to have a spy, but with this defense, we can shut him down, keep containment, don't let him use his legs, shut down the run. And, you shut down Saquon Barkley here. This run game, I think that, obviously they can't do much against us. I'm all about it. Let's go. And you see Breida, he does some nice things for them when he gets a chance. And Brightwell has a bright future. But Saquon, man, he's the man. And look, we did great the first time we played him, but any time this guy could break out. So we have to do everything we can to, we've continued at the end of the season here, continue to get better against the run. So Eagles continue to do that. Now at wide receiver, give me 1 sec. Voices leaving me here. But you got Slayton, Hodges, James again, and they've all been stepping it up. And talked about how good Hodges has looked. Richie James really stepping it up as of late. Kenny Golladay finally doing something here. But, this secondary of the Eagles missing Avonte Maddox, that's a big blow, but you get CJ back. You can use Scott at nickel when CJ's back at safety. When you want to use CJ at nickel, you can move Reed at safety. So you've got some versatility here. I think you could shut these receivers down. They're missing Shepard, Robinson, Johnson there. So for me, you got to be able to shut them down, and I think the Philadelphia Eagles can do that. And then another weapon, the rookie Daniel Bellinger, and then you've got Bennett and Cager there as well. I think the Eagles can do another good job of shutting them down, but do not sleep on Bellinger. We saw the first time we played them. Kid had some good catches. He is, look, he's a promising young man, and I hate they always find tight ends like this, but he can do it all. He can block and catch, and I do like him, but shut him down this weekend. Let's go. Offensive line here. You've got the young guys and Thomas and Neal, and they're pretty damn good. And you've got inside Gates, Feliciano, and Glowinski. On IRs, McKeith, Zeju, and Shane Lemieux now. And he's been out last couple times we played him anyway. Lemieux, that is. Then you see his depth there, Pert, Davis, Phillips, Bredesen, and Jack Anderson, now a New York Giant. So that is the offense for the Giants there. And we're now going to take a look at the defense, but give me your thoughts. How do you feel about this offense? Do you think the Eagles-Giants can match up well with them? You think we can shut them down? On Wednesday, I will be breaking it down, the top 10 matchups, talking about all about it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts right now. Like OT, you like it? Yo, all about it. Let's go. Cowboys suck. We know it. Nats are definitely better than they were. The Eagles playoff game one as long as we're on the end. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL. That's all that matters to me. So they can spin whatever narrative they need. The Eagles didn't change anything in my mind. I know the media wants everyone to believe that this team is one and done and not a good team. And, Jalen Hurts can develop. Yeah, I don't care. Those people are lost and they are upset that the Eagles are about to prove them all wrong, even worse than they ever imagined. No, I don't care about who wins, but I'm looking. Oh, I always do. I hate the Cowboys. I always love seeing them lose. I always love that. Whoever it is, they can come get some. Just like I said last night, whether it's the Bucks, the Cowboys, the Niners, come get it. And the same goes for the Giants. You can come get some. I have no issues here. Just like I said before the season started, this Eagles team, they match up against anyone. And like I said, I'll be sitting here in the playoffs telling you, look, nobody matches up and nobody's going to beat us. And that's literally what I'm telling you. And the Giants are not the team that's going to do it. We're going to go in and smoke them. And let's go look at how this offense is going to attack the New York Giants defense. Let's take a gander, starting inside with their defensive and their nose tackles, Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. You've got depth in Ellis and Mondo there. Ryder Anderson is on the active roster now, too. On IR, Nick Williams and DJ Davidson. Edge rushers, Aziz Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau. And then you've got some depth in Oshane Jimenez and Jihad Ward and Toman Fox. On IR is Ellerson Smith. Now, the inside linebackers, Jalen Smith and Gerard Davis actually took over as a starter against Minnesota. Wow, wild. But Micah McFadden was actually inactive, so that's pretty weird. He was starting. But whatever happened, they've got Landon Collins, who's been stepping it up. So we'll see what they bring out there. But playing musical chairs with their linebackers there. Now, under the secondary, you've got Adoree Jackson, who was finally back, and it looks like he'll be back against the Eagles. Then you've got Fabian Moreau and Darnay Holmes. As depth, you've got Rodarius Williams, Cordell Flott, and Nick Williams. On IR, Aaron Robinson. Then at safety, you have Julian Love and Xavier McKinney. Depth is Belton Pinnock and Tony Jefferson. And then the special teams unit, you've got Gano, Jamie Gillen, Casey Kreider, and then the return specialists, Gary Brightwell and Richie James. So that was their roster, position by position with their injuries. But let's take a look at all of that as a whole, just in case you're like, wait, what? What did I just say? So we'll take a look at the offense first. Let's take a gander at all that. Anybody in red is new to the team this year, whether that be through free agency, trade, the draft, whatever. But in white there, you see the guys that have been on the roster. So a lot of new pieces for this Giants team this season. You see a lot of new pieces on the line, the weapons, everywhere. So they're going to continue to use Saquon. We'll see how it goes. But then on the defensive side of the ball here, you see we talked about Don Martindale using multiple schemes, using a lot of odd fronts. So we'll see what they throw at us. But got some interesting pieces there at linebacker. We'll see how they use that. And we'll see how we shut down their young man, Kayvon Thibodeau. And the special teams unit I just showed you, but we'll take a look at that. Anyway, there it is as the depth chart. And as always, I will keep this updated throughout the week, so you will be able to see with all of the injuries. And tomorrow, since the game is Saturday, tomorrow will be the initial injury report. So instead of Wednesday, it'll be tomorrow around 4:30. I will have that injury report for you for both the Eagles and the Giants, talking about who's questionable, all that great stuff. And then it will be Thursday is the game status report. Fridays, the practice squad elevations with the updated depth chart, all that stuff. And then we'll still have that Fan Friday. And again, if you guys missed it, anyone who is a member of the channel, I will be making that post during the game. Check that out. We'll be talking about some things we can do for Fan Friday. So looking forward to that. But that's all I've got for you tonight. Again, tomorrow, I'll be back with that initial injury report. So we're doing things a day early since the game is a day early. My man in the building, Drew. Let's go. Appreciate you, dude. Hope you're doing well. But look, dude, I'm just about to roll out here. If you rewatch this, you know I'd love to hear your thoughts. I will be back tomorrow with that initial injury report. But yo, you and I can talk in that members post I'm about to make tonight. I was just saying, look out for that. We'll be talking about the things we can do for Fan Friday. Said over and over, but as long as the Giants have head coach table, they'll compete. He's a good leader. Yeah, he's a real great coach for sure. Definitely a great coach. Tim agrees Dallas matchup better against the Niners than the Bucks. None of them match up better. I don't care. I'll take them all. We talked about the matchups when I did the playoff report thing. To me, we could smoke the Niners. I'll take them any day. The Bucks, we can smoke them. I'll take them any day. Cowboys, smoke them too. Bring it all on. It's weird for the musical chairs. Yeah, man. And look, that young man, Micah McFadden, was looking good, then fell off. I don't know if it's an injury, but he was inactive, so we'll see. Punter needs to punt well. Yes, would love if he could punt well. That'd be great. I want to see Dallas. Yes, we all want to see the Cowboys lose. And in Cowboys fashion, they probably will. One and done. But if you guys need anything, you can always reach out to me. You can always check me out on any of these platforms down below. Always talking some birds. If you're watching this later, would love to hear your thoughts on this divisional round matchup. But I'll be back tomorrow. Unless anything crazy happens throughout the day, I'll try to jump on when I can. Then I'm supposed to be going on with my guy Jeffrey from Inside the Eagles to talk about whatever happens in this Cowboys and Bucks matchup. So we'll be breaking that down, talking about the upcoming matchup. So I'll be sharing links with all that. Hope to see you guys then. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. Have yourselves a great Monday night. Cowboys suck. And as always, go Birds!